Yadoosh! Thanks for tuning back in. And just Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. Oh boy. Corset 2021. We're talking reprints, like powerful, crazy reprints. Not only that, we got leaks from the new set, which are going to be the cards that we've never seen before. Let's just get up into this because I'm really excited and I just want to show you guys. All right, so here's what is cooking. Oh boy. A brand new Planeswalker from a plane we visited. We're actually going to show that one. A card that lets you draw half of your library. What? A +1/+1 Tribal Lord for a creature type that's never had one. A creature type with over 50 cards already in print. That's good. New Lords are pretty sweet. A character with a Vanguard card and, please be Urza card. And a legendary creature card gets a second of the ladder. Sure. A card with 31 different options. Huh? How are you going to do 31 different options on a card? I'm very curious to see that one. A card that gains all activated abilities of a certain subset of cards in a place it's never done it before. Wow. I'm baffled. A card that uses a non-evergreen named ability over 20 years ago. Wow. A card with the words battlefield cast, creature, converted mana cost, end of turn, exile, graveyard, and mana cost. What? An aura inspired from a cycle from Urza's Saga block, and a non-enchantment subtype returns. Okay, so we're just going to get right into them. So this is Basri Ket. This young chap's a 3-drop only. Legendary Planeswalker. +1, it's put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Cool. A -2, whenever one or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. That seems pretty legit. That would be that would combo pretty nicely with Winata. I mean, maybe not initially, but the second turn, you're pumping out a bunch of 1/1 white soldier creature tokens, you know. And then the following turn, I would imagine, then it would apply. I believe that's how it would work. I don't think you could do it the very first turn. But it's -6, you get an emblem. Well, maybe not. Or one more. I'm not sure how that would all work out. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. I like the splashing of the +1/+1 counters. You guys know I'm a fan of that. I think this is it's pretty decent card. It's a 3-drop. And normally, we've seen in the past, 3-drop Planeswalkers can be terrifying, you know. Liliana is a prime example of that. The more recent Teferi is another example of that, which... it's a possibility this is the new Teferi, which if it is, we're going to get to it in a little later in this video. Or it could just be, someone that made up the card. But if it is, it's extremely powerful. But this Basri Ket is looking pretty legit. I like what I see here. Then we have Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. The Dusk Rose, remember that? That was not too long ago. I can't remember her name, but she was... in white and black colors. Pretty legit. This is a legendary creature, vampire cleric. There's all the I don't know why there's blue over this. Maybe they want to hide some other spoilers, I'm sure. That's why they blacked out some of the stuff or blued out some of the stuff. But this is a cool card. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Whoa. Keep in mind, this is only a 3-drop. Oh man, Drain and Gain is going to be back and better than ever. For 5 creatures you control, gain lifelink until end of turn. So, I mean, if you got a couple creatures on the field, and they don't even need to have lifelink, just pay 5, boom, and now you're going to Pound Town against your opponent, and you're draining them. That is really gross. This is only a rare, which kind of is surprising to me. I think at rare level, that's a great card, And this could be a powerhouse. I'm just glad we have the life gain and drain back. That's cool. I'm excited. Next up, we have Mangara, the Diplomat. This is a 4-drop guy here. Legendary creature, human cleric. Deuce 4, power toughness. It's got lifelink. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or a planeswalker you control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. Really quick, white needs some card draw, for sure. And I don't know if you guys have been out there and seen the memes out there, but At least recently in Standard, there's not a lot of cards that allow you to gain or gain card draw advantage over your opponent. There's really just not, and they do have a couple, but you got to pay 2 or something in order to get it. They have the one creature where when a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you can pay 1 or 2 or whatever. And then they also have the one where whenever you gain life, you can pay 2 and then you can draw a card. But currently in Standard, I don't believe just in white alone, no hybrid casting or multicolor spells. There's nothing that really draws you cards. I could be wrong about this, and I mean if there is, it's probably at a very steep cost to play. But this thing is pretty cool. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and/or a planeswalker you control, you get to draw a card. I like that. He's kind of like it's not like he's protecting you, but I mean, he could be in the right shell, because then you get to draw your card, and then you can, okay, sweet, you have a little extra mana left over. You could play that spell instantly, maybe just be able to interact with that. And then whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. That's pretty cool too, because there's a lot of decks out there that they cast a lot of spells, and this would definitely be able to shut those down. What I do believe we're going to see is, we're going to see some faster decks that are going to be playing a lot of spells, and hopefully not no Storm stuff, but I think Storm could possibly be back as well. Let's get into more though. But whoa, what do you guys think of this one? I think it's pretty legit. I like, again, the fact that white can draw cards that has been needed for a long time. So I'm happy. Hooray. There you go. Here's a couple more. We have Basri's Acolyte. I like that art on that one. 4-drop lifelink. Now remember, a lot of these are links. They're not really spoilers, or they're leaks. They're not like spoilers that are supposed to be out there. But someone came across this stuff and they threw it up on the internet. And here we have it. I just dug around and found it all. When Acolyte enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures you control. Cool. Not bad. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's probably not going to see much play, definitely for your limited kind of stuff, but interesting. I like it. Demonic Embrace, 3-drop. This one's kind of cool. Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. You may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card and paying its other cost. I really do like that one though. Again, it's kind of cheap. I mean, 3, it's kind of steep, but it is 2 black and 1 colorless. But this is something that's going to be fun to play around with, and it can definitely see a heck ton of play. The fact that it gives +3 and +1 and gives flying is awesome. Now, the whole demon thing, I wonder what that's all about. We're going to see a lot more demons. What exactly is it? Why are we going to demons again? And then the fact that you can pay 3 life outside, or not outside. You go outside, guys, and pay 3 life. See what happens. Okay, don't do that. Your graveyard, by paying, you can bring it back, for 3 life and discarding a card. Pretty cool. Also in those discard kind of builds and strategies, it can go well with. But I like that it lifts a creature up off the ground and goes into the sky. The whole +1 is not a huge deal, but the +3 is, especially when you're giving it a flying. A lot of players, a lot of creatures out there. If your opponent isn't running a creature with flying, he's just going to go right through, So pretty legit. I do like it. Probably part of that life gain and drain, pain kind of stuff. Okay, now let's talk about a few reprints, and also we're going to get into a couple other big ones. We're going to talk about Chandra. We're going to show Chandra. And also the Teferi we're going to get into. But this is some more information about it. A popular character first introduced in flavor text, a French vanilla mythic rare, a popular aura that started as part of a cycle, a card with a unique protection, 2 cards played in tournaments that have been reprinted over 20 times with at least 5 different pieces of art. Interesting. A card that's never previously appeared in a premiere set. Okay. A card that's never been reprinted before, which has a 2, 3, 5, and 6 all appear on the card. Interesting. What that could be. A human monk and a card from the Time Spiral Time Shifted Sheet. Take your guesses. I'd like to hear them. What do you guys think this is all going to be? Well, I got some information for you. Okay, so this is Ugin the Spirit Dragon. There's if you look right over here, here's like the one the person came across, and then here is when it first appeared. Ugin the Spirit Dragon is a huge, powerful card. If you guys aren't familiar with this one, Like in Modern, this thing just closes out games. You get your Ugin out, you basically are going to win the game because it's that powerful. It's 8 to drop. +2, Ugin the Spirit Dragon deals 3 damage to any creature or player. That's amazing. It's -X. Exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. That's usually what closes out the game, you know. And then -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Yes, Ugin is a nasty, nasty card. And I'm glad it got reprinted because the price was continuously climbing. I think there was one reprint recently, but it was in like some kind of subset or something. It was something different. I can't remember exactly all the details, but yeah, I believe it was when was it? Maybe a collector's set or something weird. Someone help me out. I'm drawing a blank there. And then here's the Chandra. Now we can't see the detail here, but I do have this all brought out right here. Chandra, 3. Was it really 3? And I thought it was like 1 and okay, I guess. No, it is 3 and 2 red. Okay, sorry. Chandra, 3 and 2 red. +1, discard your hand. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled this way until end of turn. Okay, pretty interesting. +1, Chandra deals 2 damage to any target, so you have like a built-in shock, which could be very powerful. And then -9, search your graveyard. -9. Wow. -9, huh? Okay, search your graveyard and library for any amount of instant and or sorcery spells. Exile them and shuffle your library. You may cast them this turn. Add 100 red mana. Okay, you're going to add 100 red mana to your mana pool. What? If I'm interpreting that correct, I mean, this is all the information we have right now. Wow. Why would you need so much? I think maybe Commander would like this. Add 100 red mana. Where there's cards that like split off, deal X damage to X number of target, opponents or creatures or players or whatever. That would just lock up the game with a spell like that if you -9 in ultimate. But then again, when you ultimate a planeswalker, usually you're gonna win the game, within a turn or two. And then its starting loyalty is 5. So very interesting card. Let's just look at the art one more time. I know it's not the best image we have here, but again, these are leaks, guys. So bear with me. But wow, okay, I like it. I think it's different. It's unique. Discard your hand. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play a card. Okay, this way until end of turn. That's a lot of card advantage. Yeah, especially when you're low, in the tank, and then I'll discard my hand. I don't care because you can play the next 3 cards. That's pretty good. All right. Powerful card. It's 5 to cast, though. Keep that in mind. Baneslayer Angel. One of my favorite dragons, for sure. It looks like it's getting a reprint. It's got flying, first strike, lifelink, protection from demons and from dragons. I really do hope we see a bunch of dragons. It looks like we're going to see some other demons. They wouldn't be throwing this kind of text in here. How soon are we going to see them? I do not know. Will we see a bunch in this set? Hopefully, probably, maybe. We'll see. But 5/5, man. A 5/5 flying first strike with lifelink, and it also has protection from a demon and a dragon. That's a powerful card, man. And Baneslayer was also creeping up in price there too for a while. So to see Baneslayer reprinted gets me a little excited because yes, I think I have a few play sets of her. I have one play set of her in an Angel build. I just love it. I just love the Baneslayer. Massacre Worm is also getting a reprint. This card was definitely climbing recently too. So here's the extended or like your collector edition, alternate art, whatever. And there's the original I threw up because you could barely make out, what the card says on the other side. But yeah, it's a 6-drop when Massacre Girl. That's the second time I did that. I did that earlier too. I was just talking out loud. When Massacre Worm enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn. So that can just wipe everything out, And notice it says creatures your opponents control, not all creatures, which that makes a huge difference. Whenever a creature an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, that player loses 2 life. I dig it, man. Massacre Worm is a friggin' powerhouse. So this would be nutty, up against some of them stupid aggro decks, but you'd also have to be able to get this thing out rather quickly. And unless we see some kind of black ramp, I don't know that that's going to be able to happen. I mean, I do know we do have that one card where you sacrifice a creature, and then you can add 2 mana to your mana pool. I think you gain 2 life as well, or something like that. Very cool card. Maybe it'll go in some kind of shell like that. I don't really know. But that would definitely expedite the process to get this out, you know. Interesting. Glad to see Massacre Worm reprinted. This I cannot be certain of, okay? This one's just kind of floating on, it's floating out there right now. I came across this one on Magic Arena MTG Facebook group. I'm a part of that group. I interact in the community over there a lot, so check it out if you haven't already. But someone put this up there. I cannot verify this whatsoever, but let's just say it's a hypothetical on this one. Hypothetically speaking, or in theory. So this could be a card. Teferi the Time Walker. And if this is a card, if this is going into the new standard, this is so stupidly powerful. I mean, this would like replace Jace. I mean, it might be more powerful than Jace. Okay, here it is. Legendary Planeswalker Teferi. It's got Flash. Not many Planeswalkers have Flash on them. I'm not sure if anyone could tell me how many. I'd love to hear that. It's +1. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, and the other on the bottom of your library. That's a +1. That's pretty good. You know, it's nice. It's like a card draw. You know, advantage, whatever. -1. Exile target permanent you control. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. If this is a real card, well, that makes sense why they ban Agent of Treachery so far in advance. I mean, another reason, because the two of them would just be absolutely busted together. But there's a lot of cards with the whole flicker ability. You know, like when they enter the battlefield, ETB triggers, you know, would really go off. So with something like this, that's pretty gross. What makes me think this card is not legit, okay, it has 3 loyalty, is it's -5, okay? It's -5, says take an extra turn for this one. That is pretty crazy. The good news is you can't really loop that, you know, unless you leave standard. You can't really do too much with that. You can't really abuse it, you know, a whole lot. But outside of standard, there's ways to do things like that, I'm certain. But for -5, take an extra turn for this one. I thought we were done with this whole take an extra turn stuff. Very, very cool to see it, though. If this is legit, and there is a possibility it is legit, holy smother and tithe. And I'll tell you one thing, the art on this one is pretty awesome. I like how Teferi looks. It's very he almost looks possessed. You know, he's like, I'm going to take over the world and your mind and everything else, and there's nothing you're going to do about it, because I'm just going to take another turn and then I'm going to win. But what do you guys think? You think this one's real? I'm not certain again, but it's a possibility. Very cool card. That's all we have for today. What are we going to do? When Teferi comes for you. I really thought we were done with Teferi, but I guess not. We have another one. There is another Teferi coming. If that one's him, oh boy, it's going to be a crazy standard we have to look forward to. We don't need 2 Teferis running amok, won't we? Won't the old Teferi rotate out? I hope so. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate you tuning into this one. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment, hit the like button. And if you want to show this to some people that aren't aware of these new cards, by all means, share it with them. It means a lot. It helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Joy Moss, Bad Boy Gaming. Skadoosh.